Hello and welcome to Comic Nom.
Hello! Hex is here! Again!
We're doing it now, 3 weeks in a row. Let's keep rolling. This week we're going to take a look at Planet Hulk. Now if you haven't read Planet Hulk, spoilers. Go read it.
Spoilers! This is a discussion for people that have seen it. Yeah. It's us as readers going, hey, what do you think of this? Well, I thought this, I thought this. It's not so we can go, if you haven't read it, well, here's why you should. Because I don't give a shit if you read it or not. Because it's Marvel's problem, not Hex's problem.
I don't want to ruin the story for you, but I'm going to ruin the story. So, go read it. Anyway, the plot for Planet Hulk is, it begins, I'm not sure when the actual book starts, whether it's in the actual book.
The book starts...
Illuminati's meeting.
No, the book starts with Hulk waking up on a spaceship after being a naughty boy, with the group sending him away.
What happens before the book starts is Hulk goes on a rampage and destroys most of Las Vegas. Maria Hill goes to Iron Man and says, you need to deal with the Hulk. So Hulk, being part of the
Illuminati confirmed,
meets up and they discuss how to deal with the Hulk problem, and he comes up with a plan to shoot Hulk off into space, which, you know,
it's a good plan.
Pretty dick move.
No, it's a good
The
plan.
Illuminati at the time is Iron Man, Black Panther, Reed Richards, Doctor Strange, and Namor.
No more.
Professor X isn't there at this point. I can't remember why. But
because he would have gone, dick
no. Namor actually says, no, you shouldn't do this. You actually haven't done enough as friends of Bruce Banner to help cure him. And him and Iron Man end up fighting. But that's irrelevant. They strap him to a spaceship under the guise of trying to fix a satellite in space and shoot him off to what's supposed to be a peaceful planet where he can live out his
But Hulk
days.
smashes it.
And something goes horribly wrong. And he ends up on a pretty nasty hostile planet called Sakaar.
Yeah.
S-A-K-A-A-R. Sakaar.
I just read it as Scar to me.
I do.
The whole time I read the book, I was like, it's just called Scar. Let's just call it Scar.
And like the crash weakens him, so he's not all like Hulk smash, and he ends up being enslaved. He ends up becoming a gladiator essentially. He's a slave,
and he dresses like this, which is fucking amazing.
And it's not Hulk as you might expect him to be. It's not Hulk smash. He's actually kind of, I'm not quite sure what's going on with the run at the time, but he's actually quite smart. He's Bruce Banner Hulk.
Do you think that like the Hulk as a character has always been quite transient? It's been like the Hulk needs control now because we need mindless violence. Where the Hulk needs to be intelligent now, and it's kind of always been like Banner is as conscious inside the Hulk as necessary, and it's the minimum necessary. And the minimum necessary for this story is a functional Hulk.
Well, later on in the book, there's the whole bit where he actually does become Banner again, and he's like, I won't survive as Banner. I need to be the Hulk. But as is typical with most gladiator stories, the gladiators band together and rebel.
That never happens. I'm sure. I mean, you'd think that slavery doesn't work because of the human element, but you know, maybe that's the real story to tell here.
But
freedom.
Hulk manages to get everyone to band together, and they realise that, you know, he's a tough son of a bitch. He's probably the strongest thing they've ever come across, and they decide to band with him. They escape.
Which, don't you think that what you're missing there though is the Hulk doesn't want to band with them. The Hulk's just doing the Hulk stuff, and they're just like behind him, and he's not really aware of it. It's almost like he's doing his thing, and this whole story's playing out in the wake of what he does, which is smart because it's almost like they think there's this bond, and there's really not.
He's just trying to survive. He's trying to figure out what to do, like how he's going to survive on this planet, why his friends would send him here, and that's the key word, friends, because he's one of the top scientists in Marvel Universe, along with most of the Illuminati. But he ends up accidentally saving people on his path of carnage.
Because he's not a twat.
And they start to think of him, the locals start to think of him as some kind of saviour, as someone who has prophesied the Sakaar son.
Son of Sakaar.
And he he doesn't deny it, but he's not like, yeah, it's me. He just kind of lets them believe what he wants to believe.
He basically doesn't give enough of shit to correct anyone.
Eventually he ends up with this massive following. The Red King, who's the guy who enslaved him, sends his like most badass assassins after them. But he also sends this fucked up spike planet attack thing.
Oh, that's cool. He's got this. He's got this like.
If it touches you, it mutates the fuck out.
Yeah, he's got a zombie weapon. Basically, he's got this weapon of mass destruction. It's a satellite that shoots down bioorganic like spike things, and they're called the spikes, aren't they? And when they touch you, you get infected and you become a zombie. And everyone's horrified that the spikes are attacking. But as the story goes on, you start to realise that the people in charge of this world are actually the guys releasing this attack.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Kaira? Kara?
Kaira? I don't know.
She's the Red King's most badass assassin, and she sends him after the Hulk. She finds out that it was the Red King that sent the spikes.
Loses her shit.
He's obviously horrified. He's disgusted and decides to side with Hulk. So now Hulk and this massive following that he's got by pure fluke,
and this hot assassin lady who may be indestructible,
decide to take the battle to the Red King, where it ends up in one-on-one combat. Obviously, Hulk smacks the shit
smashes
out of the Red King.
Yeah.
And very much in a Chronicles of Riddick kind of fashion, you keep what you kill. He becomes the King of Sakaar, and everyone is like, yeah, this is the right thing. Everyone's unified. There's no more.
If the book just ended up like, that is a good ending for the Hulk. That is the Hulk written out of the Marvel Universe because he's OP anyway. Good work, Marvel.
Kaira becomes his wife.
Yeah.
She rules alongside him. She becomes pregnant with the Hulk's son, which, you know, is a whole nother barrel of things like, that childbirth's going to be interesting.
He'll Hulk out.
And the people of the planet decide to bring the ship that he was sent there in and put it in the middle of the city as a monument to, you know, their saviour.
That's a pretty cool idea, actually.
And then the backup plan that the Illuminati had kicks in, and the warp drive triggers, and
boom!
Up. Everything is wiped out in the city. All the people, Kaira and her unborn child, only Hulk remains, and obviously he's fucking pissed off.
Being as the Hulk's a creature that's powered by rage, the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. You've seen like, I don't know, like Super Saiyan Hulk. You're seeing the Hulk is absolute most fucking angry and most unkillable.
Because not only did his friends send him off to this place, you know, take him away from all the people he cared about, all the people he loved, anything, you know, he ever cared about.
Yeah. But the thing they used to send him there is what killed his new family.
He, you know, made peace. He fell in love. He was going to have a family, and they killed him.
Yeah.
That's his mindset. It might not have been intentional, but that's his mindset. You
get the impression that Hulk's almost like, this is like, by the time we get to the end of the story, we've got Zen Hulk. We've got the version of the Hulk that's the perfect equilibrium between Banner's intellect and the Hulk's rage.
Yeah.
And the Hulk is the dominant personality, but you almost feel like Banner knows it's for the best.
Yeah.
And that as time goes by, they'll unify. And you get the impression that this is like, this story on its own is so, this could be a story on its own. Like, this could just be it.
There was that one bit where, is it Kaira's all like, Banner couldn't handle her.
Yeah.
You know, when they have a sexy time. And that's how you have sex, right?
That's how he does it.
He's mashed
He's
together.
got a child.
He's mashed together. Ugh.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, yeah, that's right.
There's what we've done is we've massively streamlined the, with massive erections aren't hulking out. That's not the same thing. Okay.
It gets bigger.
And it just gets green.
Wow, they do call me Big Stubby for a reason.
Oh, fuck you. It's been derailed. That was a massively streamlined version of the story. The reason the story is good is not because of the main plot. The reason it's good is because the subtleties of the background characters and Hulk's constant communication about Banner. They think that Banner is someone the Hulk knows.
Yeah.
And this constant communication of like him saying about Banner, and he's constantly referring back to Banner as if like, you know, as if he almost misses Banner. as if he misses being Banner. And you get the subtleties in that. I think that's Banner's personality leaking out. And there is a couple of times when he actually goes back to Banner and he's like, nope, fuck this, nope, 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 and he's out, you know.
And like when the way Banner is drawn in the book as well, like he's scrawny,
fucking feeble.
Yeah, feeble is the exact word. Yeah, and it's like it's obviously done on purpose to show the difference.
Yeah,
and
because Banner wouldn't last 5 minutes.
You get that transition how at the beginning there's that little bit of a battle between Bruce and the Hulk, and then by the time you get to the end, it's like they're actually at one together.
Yeah, unity.
Before the rage kicks in, when he's actually like zen and he's got a family, he's gonna have a family, and it's like, this is right, this is how it should be.
Yeah,
everything's fine. And then obviously he loses everything, and I think they've never been more on the same page. Than ever than when.
Yeah, so like Banner is angry and wants everyone dead, and so is the Hulk, and there is no fucking confusion, which is why again he's more powerful, because this isn't stupid rage-filled Hulk. This is might be the first time in the Marvel Universe we've seen a Banner-fueled Hulk. We've seen a version of the Hulk that's 100% fueled by Banner, not by Banner's uncontrolled anger, but by Banner's laser-focused anger. And it ends with possibly the best panel. Possibly, we were saying this before we started recording. Possibly the best single-ending panel ever. Is it further back? Possibly the best panel is a 2-page spread of the Hulk riding a spaceship towards Earth.
Not inside the spaceship.
Yeah, not inside it. Because fuck breathing.
On top of the spaceship.
Yeah.
With a fucking battle axe.
And one of the things I like as well is the technology that the Hulk comes across. It seems like it almost seems like those books about ancient Martians and stuff, doesn't it? Like this appears for all intents and purposes to be a stone spaceship. And they don't really feel the need to explain the technology. And I'm all in favour of not bothering to explain, because it's bullshit when they do explain, so just don't. But yeah, it's the thing that I really like about it is that this whole story is good. There's like the whole story. It's like there's a story arc. It's like 8 issues. It's a monstrous tone. But even when it ends, there's a whole nother story arc that follows on straight away afterwards.
Straight into World War Hulk.
To the point where we're not talking about World War Hulk in this video, but to read Planet Hulk without talking about World War Hulk there's my phone. I'm sure that's fine. To read Planet Hulk without reading World War Hulk, it's like reading half the story, because this whole story, it's like Star Wars. It's, you need to watch all of it, of the original trilogy, not the reboot trilogy, because each one its own is amazing but fractured, and without the whole thing doesn't give you the complete idea of what's happening.
So for me personally, it is by far the best Hulk story I've ever read.
It's the
I used
only
to
one
be
I've enjoyed.
a really big fan of the Hulk when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to watch the ridiculous TV show. I used to watch the cartoon. I fucking loved it. As far as stories go, outright, it's one of my favourite stories ever. Because, and I think it benefits from being away from all the other Marvel characters.
Yeah, because it's the Hulk, not the Hulk in the Marvel Universe.
It's not, you don't have him being questioned by Captain America and, oh, you kill people, bad Hulk. It's just Hulk in his own little world, being like, yeah, I could read this as a proper continuing run. This would be badass.
And it takes place partway through. It actually takes place from number 92 to 105 of the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, it starts...
and the Gladiator's Guidebook is a separate thing.
In April 2006 and finishes in June 2007.
Yeah, it's a long-ass story.
It's all part of Civil War.
This is how they get rid of the Hulk while Civil War's happening, because whoever's got the Hulk on their side wins. End of story.
But obviously, World War Hulk is about to kick off, and the heroes aren't all on the same page, so... yeah. I think this is 100% worth a read. It's definitely worth going out and buying and keeping on your shelf. It is by far the best Hulk story I've ever read, and one of the best stories I've ever read. The artwork works perfectly. The story is so... There's no part of the story you're kind of like, oh, that could have been skipped.
There's one bit. There's one bit. There's one scene. There's one scene, and it's probably like 4 pages that I'm going, that feels out of place. And that's the bit where Abin Sur turns up, the Silver Surfer turns up in the story. And the reason I feel like it should have been not in the book, and I feels like it was forced in, was because that's the only thing in this story past the first 2 pages that ties it back into the Marvel Universe. I feel like you've got the Marvel Universe, and then the whole Planet Hulk happens, and then it comes back down. And so this is like a bit on its own, yeah? It's not to do, even though it's in the Marvel Universe, this is completely on its own. So when the Silver Surfer turns up, as much as it makes perfect sense for him to be the character to turn up, I'm like, go away. This is Hulk's story. You're taking the Hulk limelight. Piss off.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that a bit, but I also think, you know, he was there to show Hulk's state of mind and how powerful Hulk is, and you know that he's not to be fucked with.
Yeah, I think the Silver Surfer scene was almost sowing the seeds of how do we get across that it's not just that the enemy's weak, that he's really powerful. Yeah. Let's get the most powerful character we can find an excuse for being here and shoehorn him in. And basically he turns up and he's been forced to gladiate. Hulk frees him by kicking everyone's ass. And he didn't even try. He's actually not trying to save him, just kicking everyone's ass. And then the Silver Surfer's like, Hulk, me old buddy, let's go back to Earth. He's like, no, fuck off. And that's basically it. That's the whole scene. But to me, it felt like a bit like, it's almost like there's this ridiculous adventure happening and I'm just reined in for a bit of admin. And that's what it feels to me. And I just like, I don't like that scene. But I say that, and I love the Silver Surfer. I'm not against the Silver Surfer. I think the Silver Surfer's great. But in this story, it could have been any character. It wouldn't have mattered if it had been the Guardians of the Galaxy turned up. I still would have said, like, we need Thanos, because it would have made more sense for Thanos to turn up and free him. It would have made more sense for Thanos to go, this is going to be fucking hilarious, let's free him and let's fucking watch what happens.
Just for shits and giggles.
That actually would have made more sense to me. And I think it would have fitted the tone of the... Because the book is about anarchy and randomness. It's about chaos.
I thought we were talking briefly before we started, and the closest thing I can think of as an example of what Planet Hulk is John Carter's...
John Carter of Mars, yeah, the Edgar Rice
John Carter of Mars. Which has a similar concept, except, you know, he's just a normal human, and yeah, he's stronger because he's on Mars. Yeah. I'm not going to go into
it. It was written a long time ago. That's an amazing book. There's 11 of them. They're worth a read.
But that's the closest thing that I could relate it to kind of try and sell somebody on it. Like, yeah, it's kind of like this, but the Hulk, and you know, I know there's a lot of people hoping and praying that they do a live action Planet Hulk.
Don't do it. You cannot. Right.
Like,
honestly,
it would be a purely CGI movie.
Look at the fucking size of this book, right? You really think you can get that into a 2-hour movie? Because I don't. I really don't. I don't think you'll be able to scratch the surface of it. And I think
they got Civil War into it.
Yeah, but Civil War's not as long as this. No, Civil War's not as long as this.
It did affect the entire Marvel universe.
Yeah, that film was shit as well.
If you take into consideration every book that was being published at the time.
I've seen Civil War, and it's yet another reason not to make Planet Hulk movie.
Yeah, I agree. I also don't think they should make Old Man Logan. Actually, on this concept, I want to talk about this. Old Man Logan.
He's an old man. His name's Logan.
Everybody who's a fan is saying that the next Fox Wolverine movie, which is going to be his last Wolverine movie.
Wolverine's not a fox. He's a Wolverine.
Which is going to be his third solo movie, but also Hugh Jackman's last Wolverine. And everyone's saying it should be Old Man Logan.
Those people haven't read Old Man Logan.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. No. You can't do Old Man Logan without the Hulk.
I feel like you rolled up a newspaper and hitting the dog that is the fans.
No! Stupid fanboy!
Yeah.
The main characters in Old Man Logan are Wolverine, Hawkeye,
check,
and the Hulks.
Check. The Hulks. You mean like? Oh wait. You must mean Red Hulk, Green Hulk, and Lady Hulk.
No.
You don't mean Red Hulk, Green Hulk, and Lady Hulk.
I mean Bruce fucking Banner and all 50 of his children.
He fucks a lot.
Yeah, he does. It's set something what is it 50 years in the future? Almost everybody is dead. Yeah. So that answers the question of, you can't have Captain America, man. Yeah. But they're not going to fucking shut up for the Hulk, are they? They're not going to shut up for...
like, Robert Downey Jr. gets paid $50 million a movie, and the Hulk effect is still more expensive.
Yeah, you could recast Hawkeye, because he's super old, but are Marvel going to let Fox have the Hulk, who hasn't had a solo movie since they've, started the proper Marvel Cinematic Universe? The last one was Edward Norton, and that
I like that movie.
Brushed under the carpet.
I liked it. It was pretty good.
Much better than the one with Eric Bana.
Wait, the Hulk's not Eric Bana.
Yeah, Eric Bana played Bruce Banner.
Wait, who directed it?
I don't know.
Was it Ang Lee? Did Bruce Banner get Ang Lee?
Anyway.
Did he make him Ang Lee?
Shut up. No, he's hungry. You won't like me when I'm hungry. No, wait, that's not right.
Did you ever... I'll derail you in a minute.
Hulk loses it. All the superheroes are dead. He decides to just fuck everything and have millions of children. And they own the land that Wolverine and his family live on. Sorry, Logan and his family live on. Logan doesn't want to fight. Do you know why? Because he killed all of the X-Men. Yeah, I'm spoiling the shit out of this book for you.
Wolverine killed all the X-Men.
Mysterio tricks him into murdering the X-Men. This is why he's a pacifist. So, to do the movie, you're going to need, at the very least, Mark Ruffalo to be Bruce.
Sounds like a sound a dog makes.
You're going to need Hawkeye, and you're going to need all of the X-Men.
No, you could skip that scene and have it as a flashback of their costumes falling on the floor with red blood. You could get away with that.
Guy, that's terrible.
Or you could just have him just say about it.
You know what? Don't say that, because Fox will be like,
Fox watches and go, we should do that.
Yeah, he could do the next Fantastic Four.
You know what? I'll take that job. I'll do a better fucking job.
You can't do a worse job.
Literally, I could not do worse.
You cannot make Old Man Logan, and I'm sorry to go off on a massive tangent, but I've wanted to talk about this for a while, and I don't want to get roped into stupid Facebook comment wars with people or YouTube comment wars. If you're a fan of Wolverine and you've read Old Man Logan, you will know that there's no way they can ever do the story justice unless they have a full-blown partnership with Marvel.
I think they've got that now, honestly. I think I'll pull that.
If it happens, then I'll be over the moon. I'll be super happy.
Do you know what's going to happen?
Because it is a great fucking book.
Do you know what's going to happen? They're going to make a movie called Old Man Logan, and it's not going to be anything like that. It'll be totally original script.
Yeah.
It'll just be called Old Man Logan, and it'll be an old ass Wolverine.
Yeah. Just like Days of Future Past, where they say, here's the story, but fuck that, we'll put this in instead.
Yeah. Because Kitty Pryde's a time traveller now. So the point.
Well, no, Kitty Pryde is in the book.
Yeah, not as a time travel character though.
But it's Wolverine in the film.
You know what? That film's still better than the book because Days of Future Past is a piece of shit. So I've got no problems with that movie. The book is just shit.
Right. Well, I'm very sorry for going off on such
a
fanboy tangent. No, I wouldn't say a fanboy tangent. I think
fanboy tantrum. He means
it was a logic filled argument. A fantrum. Yeah.
Fantrum.
That's a new word.
Fantrum.
Ding.
Copyright hex.
But read Planet Hulk. It is awesome. I do believe there's an animated.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's not bad. It's nowhere near as good as the book, but it's ballpark. Streamlines the story.
Like if you're too lazy to read, then
how can you be too lazy to read a fucking comic book?
Have you seen your to read pile?
Fair point.
Yeah.
Have you seen my red pile?
Yeah. Yeah. Still, it just. How many months behind are you?
I've got 30 issues of Miracle Man to read, but that's on purpose. That's on purpose. I'm waiting for it to be finished. It is finished. I've got no excuse.
Right. We've really.
Scooby-Doo in the Apocalypse.
Oh, right. So, we both really enjoyed this book. We both highly recommend it. I would slap the Saga Good seal of approval on this story.
Fucking lovely.
It is my favourite Hulk story I've ever read.
I would say that, I'd say the problem is that we often read books a week and go, that's one of the best things I've read. You have to look at it via category, and in the category of Hulk stories, this is the best, and in the category of something different from Marvel, this is very, very high up. But in the category for the character, this is the best Hulk story. There isn't one better. I've read a reasonable amount.
It's not your typical superhero story.
Yeah, it's not a superhero story at all. It's a story about romance and survival,
and
and revenge,
oppression and slavery.
It's got more in common with an old school western than it has a Marvel story. It's basically the modern day equivalent of a sci-fi western.
It's fucking Spartacus.
Yeah,
I think Spartacus.
Yeah. Anyway, we could probably talk about this for another hour.
We really could, yeah.
But yeah,
it's just supposed to be a quick video. So.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a quick video.
Anyway,
it's a big book. We can't have
check it out. You've picked up some books that you want to mention. You mentioned Scooby-Doo and the Apocalypse, where they've revamped the the cast, and it really caught my attention because Shaggy's a hipster now.
Yeah,
and he looks cool. He fits. He's got a tattoo sleeve.
He's got a sleeve tattoo.
Curly moustache.
He's got a wax beard, and he's basically much cooler. But I think what's interesting about Scooby-Doo and the Apocalypse is they've done what they tried to do with Archie, where they took these classical characters that are tried and tested and just beaten into the ground, and they've gone, okay, well, let's imagine we've got these characters, but we're actually making it now. And they go, okay, so Velma, she's a smart, sassy detective. No, she's not. She's a fucking scientist. Okay, great. We've got Daphne, who's a spunky cheerleader. No, let's basically make her Buffy the fucking Vampire Slayer. And then we've got
That's quite funny because she was played.
Shaggy, he's a hippie. Well, hippies aren't a thing really anymore. They're just fucking hipsters. Yeah. So they made him a fucking hipster. But hipsters aren't particularly stupid. So instead of being this stone hippie, they've made him this sassy hipster who's constantly a little bit down at the curve, you know. And the dog, like, it's a half-talking dog. We can't pull that shit off in 2016. He's a cyborg. It's basically the sort of thing they're doing. And I don't want to give away too many spoilers. I haven't read it properly. I actually want to sit down and really read it properly. I've just skimmed through. The covers to this run though are by Jim Lee, even though the artwork's not. So the covers are beautiful. Even though the inside's great, the covers are just wow, like really pops. So it's definitely worth if you got a spare couple of quid and you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, because I know I am, and I'm not even ashamed of that. Hanna-Barbera rocked. If you're a fan of Scooby-Doo and you're a fan of Jim Lee artwork, which most people are nowadays, it's a couple of quid. It's worth picking up. But yeah, my mom read it. You know, my mom read it. She fucking loved it.
This week I have cancelled my entire pull list. I am no longer collecting single issues of comic books. I think today, talking about Hulk the way we have, I think that is a perfect example of why.
Yeah.
Because had we been collecting the single issues at the time, it would have taken almost a year to get that story.
I read it in one sitting.
I get a trade and I go, bam, that was amazing. Your mindset changes so much in a year.
Yeah.
That you just don't get the same enjoyment out of things.
And also you forget what happened at the beginning of the story.
Yeah. I mean, how many times you watch something and you're like, I don't remember that happening last episode.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of stop and remember, oh yeah. So I've come to, because like yourself, I have a growing pile of comics I just haven't read.
Mine's ridiculous.
Whilst that's pretty good in the concept, like I have a bunch of Deadpool, I can read the story arc. I would rather read the trade and be like, because like I got a bunch and it could be like a story and a bit, or not quite all of the story. So then I have to wait and wait and wait. So I'm like, yeah.
What I did a while back.
I can read a full story and be like, I can digest it, I can think about it, and then be like, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna get the next one.
A while back,
I'm not gonna get the next
I streamed down to what I think of as essential. There's certain books that I want to read, right? There's certain books that I kind of just want to have in singles because I've always had them in singles. Like Batman, I'd buy Batman. I'm never going to get to trade to that.
Did the same. Yeah. It's just pretty much Deadpool and the next
one. And then I streamlined The Flash. I will always read The Flash. I love The Flash, even though it's shit at the moment. I average of like. But what I've done for a long time now is I read a story arc. I wait till the story arc's done and I read that whole story arc and then just leave it, which means I'm paying for a lot of books I don't read in one go. But then when I do read, I get maximum enjoyment. So what you've done is you're skipping the collection point and just going to pick it off the shelf, which is, I've always said it, trades are better for rereading and they're better for handing to people to go read this, it's amazing. Yeah. Trades are better in many ways. There's something great about the single issue.
As well, part of doing this show is,
it's trades.
You'll read something and you'll be like, you should check this out. And it's so much easier for you to be like, here, read this trade rather than...
Here's 6 issues.
Here you go. Yeah. Don't crease them. Don't
look after them, they're my babies.
Don't let the kids near them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's a lot easier. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't collect single issues at all.
I still do.
It's completely down to personal preference. But I made the leap, and it's been 3 years of collecting single issues. So I've got 3 years of Deadpool unbroken.
I've been buying monthly for 5, I think.
And now I'm going to sell them all.
I've been buying monthly for 5, and I've collected back issues going back to the 80s. I couldn't think I could stop certain. There's certain titles I couldn't stop. I actually had a little tear in my throat when I cancelled Batgirl, So I was like, lump in my throat. I was like, oh no.
We did a video about Batgirl.
Yeah, he's fucking abused it to death. Marvel fucked, no, DC fucked that.
Yeah, Marvel!
Marvel, you fuckers. Well, actually, I blame Marvel for where Batgirl went, because they tried to make it more Marvel. they tried to make it more of a Marvel title with more easy to understand. Took away a lot of the grimness.
No,
of
I
it.
blame the social justice warriors for Batgirl's death. With a, oh no, it's Michael.
No, look, they're good. No.
We've done a video. I might even link it in the comments because.
Well, the time the feminist army beat the shit out of me.
We're gonna get
Oh yeah,
off YouTube.
read. Oh no, it's fine. I've said much worse.
Read
stuff
Planet
than
Hulk. It's awesome.
What are we gonna do next time?
And when you read Planet Hulk, read World War Hulk. Comment. Let us know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you like the video? Did you hate the video?
Are you a
agree
single
with
lady
anything?
and do you fancy Hex?
Or a dude? He swings both ways. I've
That's
seen
not
it.
true. Okay, if it's a pretty guy.
Is there anything you want us to review? Anything you want us to look at? The dudes from Madius Comics got in touch with me again and asked us if we want to do one of their previews again, and I said sure.
Yeah,
send
sure,
it
yeah,
away,
absolutely.
So yeah, they haven't sent it to me yet. So if you're watching this, send it on over. We'll give it a read and we'll do a video. Please just recommend stuff because we're getting into a trend where we're doing a little bit too much Marvel. And we want to break out and do.
It's just what we're reading at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not intentional. We're not like, yeah, Marvel is the best. Evidenced by the fact I canned all their comics. But yeah, so
Let's do this next.
let us know. What's that? One Punch Man? No,
No, it's Six Punch Men.
no. We could do One Punch Man, and you know what the video would be?
Shit.
No.
I like One Punch Man. Oh, Punchy Man!
Let's do All You Need Is Kill next.
Have we not done that already?
No.
Did we just have a discussion in a coffee shop?
Yeah.
Should have recorded that. I would have
Yeah.
saved us some time.
Okay.
Okay.
All You Need Is Kill next.
hexdsl.co.uk for more videos from me. They are geeky computer videos, and there's very little mention of comics on my usual videos. Sorry, hexdsl.co.uk
I hijacked all that
and
shit.
hexdsl on Twitter.
And you can find me at SparkleCame on Twitter.
Or in any street filled with homeless.
Yeah.
Because it's a beard, he's got a homeless person's beard. I always mean homeless people.